King Theodore was known for his grand feasts and magnificent clothes. He loved to show everyone his golden crown, but King Theodore's kingdom was not doing well. The crops had failed for 3 years. The people were hungry and sad.
I worry about my people. I know I have to do something.
An old legend said the forest spirit could help, but the forest spirit was hard to find. It lived deep in the Whisperwood, and no one knew how to find it.
Your Majesty, the people are suffering. We must find a way to save them.
Perhaps the forest spirit can help, but the Whisperwood is vast and mysterious.
King Theodore decided to look for the forest spirit. He put aside his fine clothes and wore a simple tunic. He left his crown behind and carried a walking stick instead. With a heavy heart, he entered the Whisperwood, hoping to find the answers he desperately needed. The Whisperwood was a dark and mysterious place. The trees grew close together, their leaves blocking out the sun. Strange noises filled the air, the rustling of leaves, the hooting of owls, the whisper of the wind. King Theodore felt small and afraid. He had never been to such a place. He walked for many days, the forest seeming to grow darker and wilder with each step. He called out for the forest spirit, but his voice was swallowed by the woods.
Forest spirit, where are you? Please, I need your help.
Just when he felt like giving up, a small voice startled him.
Well, look what we have here. Lost your way, have you?
King Theodore looked down and saw a little rabbit, its nose twitching.
Lost your way, have you?
King Theodore was surprised. He had expected the forest spirit to be grand and imposing, not a tiny creature like this rabbit.
I seek the forest spirit. I need its help for my kingdom.
The forest spirit, you say? It only helps those who are willing to listen and learn. Are you willing?
King Theodore hesitated. He was used to giving orders, not taking them, but he knew he had to swallow his pride.
Yes, I'm willing to listen.
Very well. Follow me, but be warned. You must follow my every rule.
The rabbit smiled, and King Theodore knew his journey had just begun. The rabbit led King Theodore through winding paths and across rushing streams. It gave him strange tasks.
Help this spider spin its web, share your food with this grumpy badger, and sing a lullaby to this crying owl.
Each task was harder than the last. King Theodore wanted to refuse.
Do I really have to do this?
But the rabbit's gaze was firm, and he remembered his promise to listen. Slowly, he began to change. He learned to be patient with the spider, generous with the badger, and kind to the owl. He discovered that helping others, even in small ways, made him feel good.
Maybe there's something to this after all.
He realized how much he had forgotten about his people's needs while he was busy being a proud king. He had been so focused on himself that he had forgotten to be kind and helpful. Finally, after many days, they reached a clearing bathed in sunlight. In the center stood a magnificent oak, its branches reaching towards the sky. The rabbit hopped onto a moss-covered stone.
You have done well, King Theodore.
The rabbit's voice echoed with an unexpected depth. As King Theodore watched in wonder, the rabbit began to glow. It grew larger and larger, its fur turning a brilliant white. When the light faded, standing before him was not a rabbit but a beautiful woman with kind eyes and a gentle smile. She was the forest spirit.
The greatest wisdom lies in humility and kindness. Remember what you have learned, and your kingdom will prosper.
King Theodore returned to his kingdom a changed man. He helped his people, listened to their problems, and ruled with kindness and wisdom.
True leadership comes not from a crown, but from a humble heart.
And he never forgot the lessons he learned from the wisest creature he ever met, the little rabbit of the Whisperwood.